Hello dear viewers and welcome back to our channel where we bring you the latest and most insightful updates from the world of the British royal family. Today we delve into a truly significant and rather eventful royal engagement that saw King Charles III travel north to the historic county of Lancashire, specifically to the ancient city of Lancaster. This visit was notable not only for the important ceremonial duties undertaken by His Majesty, but also for the fascinating mix of reactions he encountered upon arrival. A blend of fervent support and vocal opposition. Before we fully immerse ourselves in the details of this intriguing day, please take a moment to show your support by giving this video a like. And if you haven't already, do subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future royal reports. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you these in-depth explorations. Now, let's turn our attention to the King's visit to Lancaster. At the heart of this visit was a deeply rooted historical tradition, one that connects the modern monarchy with centuries of history and the specific ties to the Duchy of Lancaster. For those who may not know, the title of Duke of Lancaster is held by the reigning monarch, a title that dates back to the 14th century and comes with significant landholdings and responsibilities. King Charles III holds this title just as his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, did before him. His visit to Lancaster, therefore, carries a special resonance, a connection to a part of the country where he holds a unique historic position. On this particular day, the 76-year-old monarch arrived at the venerable Lancaster Castle. This imposing fortress, with its long and storied past stretching back to Roman times, has stood as a symbol of power and authority in the region for centuries. It was within the walls, or rather just outside the famous John O'Gaunt Gate of this magnificent castle, that a truly ancient and symbolic ceremony was scheduled to take place. Reports indicated that despite the day's varied atmosphere, King Charles III was in remarkably high spirits as he made his arrival. This positive disposition, particularly welcome given recent public concern regarding his health, seemed to set a tone of determination and dedication as he prepared to participate in the Ceremony of the Keys. The Ceremony of the Keys is a fascinating tradition, rich in history and symbolism. Its purpose, in essence, is the formal presentation of the keys to the castle to the monarch. It's a symbolic handover, acknowledging the sovereign's ultimate authority and ownership, while also representing the trust placed in the constable or governor of the castle to keep it secure on behalf of the crown. This specific tradition at Lancaster Castle, we are told, originates from the year 1851, when the keys were first formally presented in this manner to Queen Victoria. Imagine the scene back then, the formal attire, the military precision, the gravity of the occasion, all echoing through the years to the present day. For King Charles, stepping into this role, receiving these historic keys, is not just a duty but a performance of continuity, linking his reign directly to that of his illustrious ancestors. As His Majesty arrived at the John O'Gaunt Gate, the area was a hive of activity, populated by a diverse assembly of people. On one side were the enthusiastic royal fans, gathered to catch a glimpse of the king, waving flags, holding banners of welcome, and eager to express their support for the monarchy. The air was filled with a sense of anticipation and loyalty from this segment of the crowd. However, the scene was also marked by the presence of a different group, members of the anti-monarchy organization, Republic. This group had assembled specifically to protest the king's visit and the institution he represents. Their presence introduced a contrasting element to the day, a visible and audible expression of dissenting views right alongside the expressions of loyalty. This duality in public sentiment is, of course, a feature of modern constitutional monarchies where the sovereign exists within a democratic society that permits freedom of expression, including protest. Buckingham Palace itself acknowledged the day's events, taking to the official royal family Instagram account to share an update on the monarch's visit. This use of modern social media platforms to communicate royal activities is now standard practice, allowing the palace to reach a global audience directly. The update included a video of the king at the event, providing a visual confirmation of his participation and demeanor. The caption accompanying the post offered the palace's perspective on the engagement. It read, and I quote directly from the official source, "It was wonderful to meet so many members of the local community at Lancaster Castle this morning. This opening line emphasizes the public engagement aspect of the visit, highlighting the king's interaction with the people. The statement continued, detailing the core purpose of his presence. The king, who is also the Duke of Lancaster, has taken part in the traditional ceremony of the keys at Lancaster Castle. This part of the message clearly states the main ceremonial duty performed, reinforcing the king's connection to the duchy. Providing historical context, the palace added, "This tradition dates back to 1851, when the keys to the castle were presented to Queen Victoria." This detail underscores the longevity and historical depth of the ceremony, connecting it to a long line of monarchs. Finally, the palace update mentioned another significant interaction. His Majesty also met members of a Fijian choir formed from the 1st Battalion of the Duke of Lancaster's regiment. This meeting highlights the king's connection to the military, specifically a regiment linked to his duchy, and also touches upon the Commonwealth connection through the presence of the Fijian choir members. It adds another layer to the day's engagements, showcasing the king's role as head of the armed forces and head of the Commonwealth. While the ceremony of the keys and the meeting with the choir represented the formal and traditional aspects of the visit, the presence of both supporters and protesters added a dynamic, and at times tense, human element to the day. This tension was perhaps most visibly illustrated by a specific incident that occurred amidst the crowds. Reports indicate a heated exchange took place between a pro-royal fan and Graham Smith, the chief executive officer of the Republic Group. According to accounts of the confrontation, the royal supporter directly challenged Mr. Smith, who was presumably using a megaphone as part of the protest. The exchange escalated to the point where the supporter reportedly asserted that she would have ripped the megaphone out of his hand. This particular moment, while perhaps brief, encapsulates the passion and strong feelings held by individuals on both sides of the monarchy debate, demonstrating how quickly differing viewpoints can lead to confrontation in such public settings. It serves as a stark reminder that while royal visits are often occasions for celebration and tradition, they can also become focal points for expressing deeply held political and social beliefs. The king's visit to Lancaster, therefore, was a multifaceted event. It was a reaffirmation of ancient ties and traditions through the ceremony of the keys, a demonstration of the king's continued dedication to his duties despite recent health challenges, and an illustration of the contemporary landscape of public opinion regarding the monarchy, one that includes both steadfast loyalty and determined opposition. The king's reported high spirits suggest a monarch comfortable in his role, prepared to face the public in all its diversity. The historical backdrop of Lancaster Castle itself adds another layer of significance. Standing for nearly 1,000 years, it has witnessed countless events, transitions of power, and shifts in society. For it to host this ancient ceremony, presided over by a modern monarch, amidst a crowd representing the spectrum of modern British sentiment, creates a powerful tableau, a snapshot of tradition meeting the present day. The meeting with the Fijian choir from the Duke of Lancaster's regiment is also noteworthy. It underscores the king's relationship with the armed forces and the diverse composition of regiments that serve the crown. Engaging with members from Fiji highlights the global reach and connections of the British military and the Commonwealth, areas close to the king's heart. In conclusion, King Charles III's visit to Lancaster was far more than just a simple royal walkabout. It was a carefully orchestrated performance of historical continuity through the ceremony of the keys, a display of personal resilience by the king, and a vivid demonstration of the dynamic interplay between public support and protest that characterizes the monarchy in the 21st century. The official update from Buckingham Palace via Instagram served as a modern counterpoint to the ancient ceremony, showing how the institution balances tradition with contemporary communication methods. This event certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the enduring nature of royal traditions, the king's personal commitment to his role, and the open expression of differing opinions within a democratic society. It reminds us that every royal engagement is a complex tapestry woven from history, duty, personal presence, and public reaction. What are your thoughts on this visit? Do you find the ceremony of the keys a meaningful tradition? What does the presence of both supporters and protesters tell us about the monarchy today? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. We love hearing from you and discussing these important aspects of the royal family's role. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to our channel for more in-depth royal coverage, and join us again soon for our next update. Thank you for watching.